Hey guys, thanks for coming back. I'm Carla, RoladexStitches here on Flosstube, and just Roladex over on Instagram if you want to follow. It's Flosstube Day. This is my 18th, I think that sounds right, my 18th Flosstube, and it is the end of June. I feel like it's the 26th today for me. It's a Friday. It probably will go up by this evening, so eventually it'll be Friday for y'all too. How's everyone been? It's it's been crazy. It's been crazy in the regular world, as I like to say it, and then also here in my little isolated part of Japan. But you know, we're muddling through. We're trying to make it better every damn day. However you see that, and I hope you're doing okay. Basically, I'm trying to get my pep in my step today. It's rainy, which I love. I'm not complaining about the rain, but it brings my energy level down a bit usually. So, but yeah, I have my kids sequestered upstairs. It's about a 50-50 chance if they're gonna come bother me at some point, but they have tablets and electronics and stuff it's their hour to go play and leave me alone. Because that's what I need. I'm sure some people understand that. What have you guys been working on? I want to know. I've been looking for some new starts, which is crazy because I already have several planned, but I keep like having that urge to like not actually, you know, start something new other than what I have already planned and I'll talk about later, but like I'm like, where are some new patterns? I want to see some new stuff. Maybe not to actually stitch it, but to see it. So if you would, drop some links down below of some new released patterns. I know I have seen several lately, but I want to see some stuff. Some stuff on Etsy that maybe doesn't get as much coverage. Show me that. Show me what's kicking up your pants lately. Let me see. Because I like that kind of crap, and I think y'all do too. So do it and we'll see. It was my birthday last week and it was amazing. It was Wednesday the 17th. I am the big 3-7, which are two of my favorite numbers. So I think this year, starting last week, it's gonna be a good year. It has to, right? It's gotta have a pickup. So let's make it a damn good year because we're the only ones that can do that. We can make what we want out of it. Let's do it, okay? This feels weird. My video today already feels weird, I'm sorry. If you've already checked out, I understand. Let me see if I can get in my groove. I'm gonna take a quick break. Un momento. Okay, I think I'm back. Drank a little bit more coffee. We'll see how this actually works. I have my handy dandy notebook. Still love this. Oh Mel, it's a great card. I was talking about my birthday and I asked, it was very impromptu, very last minute, because that's my MO. I put out on Instagram a kind of a call to see if anyone wanted to join me in on a very lackadaisical Sal. And by Sal, I mean it in the most loose of terms. Like whatever you were working on that was snarky, sarcastic, if you changed all the colors, if you went totally off book and added some random stuff of your own, something that reminded you of me, because you went off on a tangent in the midst of stitching this, and anything like that. If you felt the urge, slap the hashtag on there. Roladex B-Day Sal. I follow it and it's awesome. I've had some really great people put some really amazing whips on there and I've loved it. I loved watching each and every one of them. It was cool. And I don't know, I feel like it's a pretty generic term so I can use it again next year and maybe hopefully if I remember, you know, roll it out a little bit early so that we can prepare for it a little bit more other than like the 19 hours that I gave y'all this year. Wouldn't be me if it wasn't absolutely weird. So, but there was some awesome. I'll pop a couple up here of the ones that participated. So cute. So cute. pretty stoked. Like I said, if you are interested in the slightest, go look at that hashtag on Instagram. So, and thanks everyone for joining, and the birthday wishes. It was awesome. Thank you very, very much. I loved it. My birthday here with my family was great. We, so the weekend before the 17th, the majority, I don't even want to say the majority, lots of our restrictions had been lifted here on base, since we had not had not even one positive case of COVID here on base. They had lifted a lot of our restrictions starting on that Friday prior to my birthday, whatever that date was. So we got to go out a little bit on the weekend. Like, we got to actually like sit down at a restaurant, which was still very nerve-wracking for me because I'm like, oh my God. But then, and even like the restaurants were only open to like 25% capacity. But then a restriction that was placed on us from here on base was that if even that 25%, if there was like if half of the restaurant was filled at that point, we needed to like get our stuff and leave. That was a policy or whatever it was, a rule, I guess, that base put on. But when we went, it was great. We were literally the only ones in the restaurant, so that was cool. I think like someone came in shortly after us. So I mean, like as we were leaving, I mean, I saw another family come in, so that eased my anxiety a little bit. But it was like I've loved this, which sounds weird. I've loved the ability just to stay at home because of the fact of all the money that it has saved, and all of the, we've had to find other ways to live, which I took as like a challenge and a new adventure, because I could sit and bemoan it all the time, but what is that going to do us? So I found other ways to entertain the kids. I found other ways to keep myself sane. I cooked, which we're very lucky that the house is still standing. Let's be very honest. I didn't summon demons, because it's been known to happen when I attempt to do any of the culinary arts. Somehow they end up in witchcraft. Hey, it happens. I'm going to stop touching my bangs soon, I promise. But going out again, it was nice. So we had 4 glorious days of being able to go out. We did that one day because we're like, next weekend, and then coming up on my birthday, we'll actually go out to not a big dinner, but we're gonna have dinner with a couple friends, kind of celebrate my birthday, and then maybe Father's Day and everything. We wake up to alarms like all across base, pretty much, like everyone's phones going off. On my birthday, we wake up to this, and the entire base is shut down. Like, not like it was before, where we just weren't allowed to really, go out into Japan, but like we weren't allowed to leave our houses. We're like, what the hell? So turns out some people came off the plane, a plane that landed here, and several of them tested positive. They had already had COVID when they landed here, and no one knew about it. Like, I don't know if no one knew about it. I don't know the exact breakdowns, but all of a sudden COVID was here on our base, and everyone panicked because we hadn't had it before. We were like, oh my God. So they were like, don't leave your houses, stay where you are. If you did leave the house in the past 2 days, you need to report to us, because you could have been exposed. Well, they gave us a list of like where the people that came off the plane that had the virus, they were like, if you went here, here, and here at these times, come see us, because you might have been exposed. Or if you talk to any strangers for longer than 10 minutes. I was like, what the what? Anyways, it was a bunch of random. Came down to the fact that some people that had been heading out or heading in had COVID, and since we hadn't had it before, everyone panicked. So we had an entire day, my birthday, the entire base shut down, so we just sat and chilled. Of course, my husband didn't go to work because we're not allowed to leave our house. So we just watched movies all day. I cross-stitched, hung out with my family. Overall, it was a damn good day in those retrospects. Not for anyone that had to actually deal with it. But for a birthday, I relaxed and I stitched. Calling it a win. So, but a lot of our restrictions that were eased up the weekend prior, they have now been reenacted. So long story short, to put all that, or long story long, to put all that back in perspective, we got to go out for 4 days, and then now we're back on lockdown. But, you know, it'll ease up again, and it'll be fine, and I'll get to order, you know, food that I didn't make, and food that wasn't prepared here, which I'm excited about. This remind me, it's always, you know, ordering in a different language is always a bit of a gamble anyways. And I remember when we first got here, I sat down at one of the restaurants, and, you know, almost all restaurants have alcohol, and Dan was driving, so I was like, ooh, you know what I want? I want a Long Island iced tea. So I sat down and we're eating, and they're like, oh, we could have, you know, what would you like? But in Japanese, because, you know, we're in Japan. We speak Japanese. So I muddled out what I would like, you know, like, oh, you know, it's because, and then I said, oh, Long Island iced tea. And he kind of looked at me, the waiter looked at me for a minute, and he's like, hey, do you, sweet tea or non-sweet tea in that? And I was like, oh no, you don't know what I mean, and I don't know if there's a, you know, I don't know how to say this. Please don't put sweet tea in my Long Island iced tea. Oh God. So I said, oh, you know what? Changed my mind. Just gonna have a whiskey. Suntory whiskey, please. And he said, hi. Oh, hi. And we all had a much better dinner than if an alcohol mixed with sweet tea was dropped at my table, because I think I would have had a bad experience with that. Looking on it now, maybe there's probably a good thing for that, but if I had been expecting a Long Island iced tea and was handed that, I would have been confused and grossed out. So eventually I'd like to see if they do have some sort of drink similar to a Long Island iced tea and how to say it, because I want one. I want one. So yeah, that's my anecdote for Japan this time. But all that to say, thanks for hanging out with me on my birthday, and it was chill. What have I been working on this past couple weeks? So if you remember from last video, I said I'm going to focus on just, you know, like 3 or 4 pieces that are old that I really want to get done in, you know, the next coming month or two. Just focus on those, really get them some good work on them, and finished by this year. Not by this next couple months, but finished by this year. I have to cough. I'm sorry. It's not the Rona. So, the 2 I worked on the past couple weeks are Santa's House by Tiny Modernist. That's the full picture. And then this is what I got. Let's see if I can show that pretty well. Let me hold it down here so that I can show you things. So when I showed you my kind of progress place in last video, I had some of this bookcase done, but like everything from over here done. I think I added this clock maybe and this little thing, but the chair, the fireplace, they were all done and backstitched and good to go. So I can kind of come in a little bit closer on that. So I completely finished this bookshelf, and then I backstitched everything up in that homie, because this is a very backstitch heavy piece, which is fine. So that room is done. That's Santa's study, I believe. And then I completely did this room over here, the toy shop, the workshop, whatever this is. So we got a couple little elves in here making some trains and some creepy stuffed animals and all that. And that's all backstitched and done. And so in the next, we got Santa's room, like his actual bedroom, him and Mrs. Claus's room up here. And then whole bunches of some sort of like sleigh vignette down here. Some reindeer, Rudolph pulling a sleigh. I think maybe some snowmen. I don't remember exactly, but it's a whole, you know, little stuff down here. And then it's done. Well, and I still have to add this nutcracker, which I don't know why I haven't done that yet. But yeah, way closer to done, doing better. I have wasted so much of this fabric. Hopefully I will be able to like cut off a little bit of it and save like all this around here. But damn, every time I look at this, like I love this piece, but I still get so mad at myself for just dropping it right in the center. Like, I know I was a noob, but ugh, so much wasted. And I love this fabric. This is, what is this fabric? 28 count, some sort of even weave, blue petit-point. I feel like I got it from 1-2-3 Stitch hella long ago, like when this came out, because I got this as a sal. I'll put this over here. It was a mystery sal. Sorry, I'm coming so close. It was a mystery sal from Tiny Modernist. 2019, maybe? I don't know. But, so that was one of them. One of my old whips that I've been wanting to work on, that I've been working on. And then the other one that I worked on of the old whips is this one. So, I realize now you don't know what this is. Let me show you this. Hopefully there's not a glare. This is, it was a Pattern of the Month series by Stoney Creek. And 2018, I believe. So it's Horrific Halloween. Yeah, it's like gonna be like a bell pull. I have something similar to this. I think it's just a little bit more generic. So I got it from there, but they just didn't have this one. So what I have done is this one, this one, this one, and I'm working on this one right here. So I'll have 2.5 still left to go. Again, sorry about the glare. So yeah, that says 2018, right? Yep. So, and I really, I don't know. I really liked this idea because I hadn't done many sals at this point, or any really. I was still kind of figuring out what was going on with cross stitching. And I liked that technically it's a free pattern a month. You just pay for shipping. So I did that. Yeah. And back to showing you where I'm at. So Toads was already done. That was for where my progress shot was before. I had Toads done, but all the rest of this is brand new. So I have Toad's Breath Beyond the Pale. It's looking really washed out because of the lighting and I think because of my fabric, but this is already backstitched. This is actual backstitching. I think I need to backstitch this. And then this cool tree here gets backstitched. This fence does. All of this grass. And then this is the start of that toad. I almost said frog, even though the word toad is right there. And then the toad is like, ugh, like squatting on a pumpkin with a creepy leering face. It looks very lascivious, but we'll see what I can do about it. And it's hella backstitched again. So, yeah, like all of it. It's on my toads. Oh no, it's fine. But yeah, looking pretty, looking good. I like it. I'm not putting that down yet. I'll still be working on it in the next probably week. I'm probably gonna give it another week, few days, because I really want to finish at least that one block before I put it back up for a month or so. But those two are my focuses to be finished by the end of 2020. I'll have other finishes in there because I had a start and a finish since I last have talked to you. But for old whips, those are my two focuses. Now that I realize I don't have my other whip finish ready, so hold please. The next piece that I started and worked on is a secret stitching piece that hopefully by the time this comes out, the person that stitched it, designed it, will have released her part because she's supposed to have also filmed and released today. And I'll fight her if not. Anyways, this is Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, and we were talking back and forth, and this just kind of came to her in a fit of design fury, and she was like, hey, she's like, will you test stitch it for me, with me? And I said, hell yes, I will. She's like, cool, so's Amy from GablesStitcher. And I was like, oh my god, yes, please. So we all stitched it at the same time, talked, you know, while we were stitching it. I think we did like a Zoom meetup at one point too. And we all did it completely differently, different sizes. Mine is 14 count Aida. I feel like Amy's is the tiniest. I think she did like a 36 count something. She made hers a cool red sampler, which I love. But if I don't have to cut this out, then you're seeing right here, we called it Salty. It says, I can do all things through spite, which strengthens me, Salty 24/7. And my little bit of design inspiration that I showed to, or that I talked to Julie about, is that border is all soft pretzels. Because I was like, you need something for the border, what can we do, or what can you do? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, spite, salty, what are salty things? Pretzels, oh my god, yes. And she was like, yes. So there you go. Got a, if I could make this a little tighter, sorry. But yeah, I use Rolanda, hand-dyed floss, and I believe this is also her fabric too. Yeah, this is her 14 count Aida, so this is both Rolanda stuff. I can't decide how I want to say her name. I'm pretty sure she says it Rolanda, so I should say it like that, but we'll see if I ever do. But anyways, I love it. This color is almost, the floss is almost, she doesn't have a name for it, but it's almost like a peacock. Like it's got like blues and greens and some purples in there, and I always think of a peacock whenever I see that. I love this piece. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet. I wish it had been just a little bit smaller so I could put it in my cross stitch journal that I'm making. And by making, I mean like I have the book, but I haven't done anything with it yet. Because I haven't felt the strike of inspiration yet. I will. I know I will. That was my start and my finish for the past 2 weeks or so. Like I said, my other 2 whips, that's the only things I've worked on. That was I'm checking my notes over here that are sitting here. I got whips, started, finishes. Okay, so I have 2 FFOs. And not by me FFO'd. They are my very first 2 pieces of professionally framed finishes, I guess. What the hell I mean, like, I don't know. They were my 2 first professionally framed pieces. I'm stoked. I picked them up here from On Base, and I love them. I think they look really good. I wish I had paid a little bit more attention to my backing, like to my back, prior to giving it to them, because this isn't their fault. They don't know not to. They don't know that I shouldn't have carried that very dark thread through the back of that very light fabric. So let's see if you notice. This is from Steotchalong 6. Pretty sure it's 6. It's not the last one, which was Golden Girls. It was the one before that. So, ooh, sorry, glare. This is Home is Where I Cross My Stitches. How cute is that? Let's see if I can get a little closer without so much glare. Sorry. And what I'm talking about is I think you can see it. I know I can. You can clearly see where I carried that black or dark purple thread, whichever it is, all the way from the hoop all the way over here, and I started in on that needle and thread. And I don't think I did it here for the scissors. Just right there in the middle, because I'm a winner. Again, this is hand-dyed by Rolanda floss up here. This is when I had just discovered her, and then the rest are something random. But yeah, what do you think? I think this frame is beautiful. I liked the process of picking them out. That was pretty cool. And this one will hang up all year round. I've got glass put on it. I don't know, like some people talk about like, again, I don't know anything about professional framing, but they talk about like how their framers put spacers or something in so that the stitches don't get squished against the glass. I don't think she did that, but I don't know if it was necessary since there was a matting. Whoever has that knowledge and wants to drop it on me, put it in the comments so I know for next time, because I did like doing this. I don't know if my price was super like a straight, you know, a great price, because it's here on base, so it's, you know, base pricing is always different than anything else, anywhere else, I mean. So, but that's one. And then my next one. Are y'all ready for this? You're not ready for this. Let me scoot back. So, this is my tiny modernist haunted mansion, a la Hotel Transylvania modification version, done by me. Oh, can I get it all? Oh, yeah, there it is. Boom. Y'all, look at her. I'll give you a close-up here in a minute. Just take in that beauty. Holy wowzers, y'all. Picked out like the most expensive frame, of course, because that's just, I am my grandmother's daughter. But I liked the way it looked, kind of antique-y. It had like some gold rub or whatever here. But I'll slowly pull it up, show you what's what. I like that, because the framer and I talked for a while about being able to leave some of my dyeing of the actual fabric in the frame. So, and she did get some in here really well. Like it is, if you remember, it's a lot, this dark is a lot thicker, like around it, but, you know, I just didn't want it to be that big. And, you know, it's just a lot of negative space at that point. But, yeah. What do you think, y'all? Look at that. Look at that frame. That's so pretty. I decided to not put glass in this. When I was talking to her, like it just kind of came to me. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna put glass in it. Because in my mind it was gonna be less expensive. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't ask for a with or without quote, but I was like, huh. But also because it's not gonna be up year round. It's only gonna be up, you know, Christmas seasons, Christmas, Halloween time, maybe fall, because, you know, it is pretty damn cool. But yeah, it's only gonna be up around Halloween, so I was like, well, I guess we don't really need glass. I might come to regret that decision. I don't know. But if it comes down to it, I guess I can always get glass put in it whenever I want it, if I decide that's a must. But yeah, there's my baby. Holy crap. I love it so hard. Look at Blobby. Look at fucking Blobby. God, I love him. And Eunice and Frankie over here. Oh my god. So yeah, so she stretched it over like some, there's wood in here. She stretched that. And I think it looks good. I think it looks right. What do y'all think? I think I love it. I think I love it. I'm a happy girl. So those are my two FFOs for this week, and I'm just gonna keep them up. So, and I know I just said that one's only gonna be up around Halloween. I can't put her away yet. I just got her. I want to keep looking at her, so I'm gonna leave her up till Halloween. Birthday haul. That was a quick segue. But yeah, that was my FFOs. Everything looks good. I want to share with you some birthday haul that I got that I realized I probably should have talked about before. It is my husband always spoils me because he listens really well. He knows me, and obviously 15 years of being together almost. But he just listens. He's a damn good gift giver. He got me, you know, he got me a beautiful purse that I'm pretty stoked about, and a wallet. But then also got me Emma Congdon's cross stitch for the soul. holy wow. Like, I had seen this and I had mentioned in passing, like, oh, hey, I like that. Because he was sitting with me when someone else showed it on one of their Flosstubes. I was like, ooh, that looks cool. That's all I said. And he went and bought it and gave it to me for my birthday. There's 20 designs in here. If anyone wants me to go through this, I definitely will. Not today, but I will put that down for a future Flosstube. But I've like found several in here that I definitely want to stitch, and yeah, that makes me happy. Also, he got me this. It's a cross stitch gauge. So I have this little guy that I got from Yarn Tree, I believe. That just this little flippy thing, but you just count 10 stitches, and it'll tell you like what size your fabric is. What, you know, like if it's a it goes all the way up to 40 count on this, so it's like, you know, the 14, 16, 18, that type thing. This has like these things, these holes, these slats in the middle, and it seems like it should also do that. Like, it, in theory, it's going to be the same thing. And I feel stupid, but I don't really know how to use this as compared to the other little guy that I have. So, like, I get you're just supposed to count 10, then put, like, you put a pin in the first one, count 10 over, and this will tell you, but it's got like from 11 count, 14, 16, 18, 22, 25, hold on, 26, 28, 30, 32, 36, and 40. I mean, this obviously seems very useful. I know other people have used it, but also I like it like this because it has, you know, the inches here, and that will help me so that I never plop a damn little piece, a little pattern in a huge ass piece of fabric again, the way I did with Santa's house. This will help me gauge down from the top and the side, and I can start in the top left or top right, whatever I want to do. Because that's a bummer every time I look at that fabric. But yeah, this is also from Yarn Tree, obviously. But yeah, he's helpful. He also got me some finishing stuff. So that's all I got. Two things real quick that I got for my kids. There's a vendor here on base right now that does like your names in kanji, and I got one for each of my children, and they love them. Like, I was like, oh, that'll be something kind of cool to remind them of their time here in Japan. And I gave it to them last night, and they freaked out. They were like, Mom, this is so cool. I was like, damn, well, I'm really glad you like them. So, how pretty is that? And it's like, you know, it's like a 2x4. I'm not good at guesstimating, but I guess it's a 2x4. It's a piece of wood with some printing on it. Got my mom points, and that's really what this is all about. So, last piece of haul that I'm going to talk about. If anyone had seen my Instagram post that I put up last night, Thursday, so it's Thursday y'all's time, I had talked previously about the Shabep, the behemoth, the huge undertaking that is Northern Expression Needleworkers Tapestry in Teal. I'll pop a picture up of it here. She big. She real big. She's real big. Real big. I think it's 7-11. Hold please, because I need to tell you exactly how big this thing is. Okay, sorry, I had to pause to look up this information because it's bugged me that I've never been able to, or I just never remember it. So, Tapestry in Teal by Northern Expression Needleworks. In 18 count fabric, which is what I'm doing it in, it is 26 inches by 47 inches. Stitch count is 411 by 739. she's a big bap. She's a big bap. She's a big bap. I got my fabric probably about a week ago from Brandy from BeStitchMe. I just wanted it plain, not plain. I wanted just white with opal, like, you know, sparkles going through it. She gave me this huge comforter size of fabric. She got it for me. She got it to me quick too. Thank you very much, Brandy. Amazing working with you as always. Got that in 18 count, and then yesterday I got in my floss. So I contacted Leanne at Forbidden Fiber Co. She previously, since like 2011, has done yarn, dyed yarn. And if you don't know her, holy crap, go look her up right now. But you might have heard about her from, I know I first heard about her from Michelle Bendy. She got those amazing advent calendars from her. That's who this is. This is that same company. And a little birdie whispered in my ear that she was looking into getting into embroidery floss dyeing. And I said, honey, let's have a talk. And we went through this entire process, and I was like, hey, I have this idea of what I want. I don't want the same floss as everyone else. You can now buy these flosses, which is great, but I wanted to kind of start from the beginning with a dyer to see how this process worked out. And it was really, really cool. Like, she kept me, every time she tested, she sent me photos, like several photos of like what was going on and how she was doing this. And you know, she's like, okay, well, I'm sending you these and I don't really like this, but you know, if you do, cool. And we were always on the same page, and it was cool as what. So by the time we finalized everything and she got five amazing colors that we both agreed were terrific, and she sent them to me. They got here super quick, and there they are. I'm just gonna move them over here so that it's in the full photo, like it's taking up all my face. Y'all, look at those colors. Like, the colors, this photo is not even giving you the proper depth and variation of each individual floss color. It is, they're magnificent. They're magnificent. She has named each one really cool names. In my mind, this tapestry is no longer a tapestry in teal, because what's cool about Northern Expressions is they're like, hey, pick whatever 5 colors you like and make this tapestry your own. So that's what I did, because they have this same exact pattern, but they have it in purple, and they have it in red, and they have it in any colors you want. So to me, these look like an ocean. These look like waves. So this is going to be my floss choices for my tapestry in waves. Holy bananas. Holy schnitzel. This is gonna be cool, y'all. All right, so what do you think? I'm pretty damn stoked. I think it's going to be amazing. I am holding off on starting this until, like, it's gonna be my carrot dangling at the end of my horrific Halloween. At least this block. Because I really want to start this, but I also have several other ones. Like, I still haven't started Cinnamon Stars. I haven't started the awesome, the book City that I won from Mel. Oh crap. It's got a really cool name of that pattern too, but I can't remember what it is. Anyways, I haven't started that either. Several other ones I haven't started, all fairly large pieces. Cinnamon Stars isn't that big. But anyways, I need to pare down some of these whips still, and then I will start my tapestry, because that is going to be a legit tapestry on the wall, and I'm stoked. Do you get tapestries framed? I need to do some research on that, because I mean, there's lots of castles that have tapestries. This is a castle, is it not? You have tapestries. Who knows what that movie's from? Tell me. Someone's gonna get it, hopefully pretty fast. If you are a Scottish lord, I am Mickey Mouse. That's my crappy accent. Anyways, I feel like tapestries aren't framed because, you know, back in the 1600s, they didn't, you know, frame tapestries, I guess. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there's some tapestries that are framed. Also, that'll be like $600 to frame. Maybe it'll just be on the wall and I'll have it finished pretty. Anyways, that's a long way down the road. Even though my husband's like, you can do it in a year. You sweet summer child. That's not how this works. Creep. A year. But anyways, that is exciting news. And I am excited to start on it. But I'm going to dangle it like a carrot at the end and try to make that my incentive to finish off some of these really old whips. And by really old, they can't be older than 2 years, but because I've only been stitching for 2 years. But still, I think that will be my present to myself for accomplishing that goal. I'm gonna lean over again and flip some pages on my book back to my show notes. Enjoy the back of my chair. My kids are now being loud upstairs, so that means they're getting ready to come bug me, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. Keep fighting those good fights. I know not very many people watch to the end, so it happens. Pause one more second. So I wanted to give a shout out to Helen D. Amazing Flosstuber, amazing person, it seems in general. Amazing stitcher. Also, damn good finisher. Like, and she does really great tutorials on YouTube. I'm looking at my phone right now because I want to make sure that I'm getting it. So just last week, about a week ago, she put up a flat finish tutorial that walked you through so many steps of stuff that she does, but also extra little things that she does that really just makes her finishes look crisp and finished, like, neatly, that I know me myself struggle with. So she has several really good tutorials for that. Go check her out. There is another one. Hold please. Another one that has a really great flat fold finish and several other finish videos is the Frosted Pumpkin. They have a Flosstube. They have up lots of videos, but also they have some really detailed finishing videos as well. Go check them out. I know one in particular was from, I think like 6 months ago. It's like a seasonal saying, flat fold finish, but I mean, it works for anything. It doesn't matter what fabric you put on it. Go check them out. Also very, very good, because I know we're needing to fill some of that void right now without paying for it. So lots of free tutorial videos all over YouTube. Like not just Flosstube, but you know, especially on Flosstube. But they're all over. Go check them out. I will link both of those down below, so don't worry about that. Everyone, like I said, keep fighting that good fight. Don't let the bitches get you down, basically, is what I'm saying. Because if you feel like you are working towards not only producing change for yourself, which is okay, but trying to strive to make the community better and make the world better, whether it be through raising your kids properly and to not be little assholes, which I'm trying, or to bring attention to things that are going on in today's world. Don't let the detractors and the people that try to drown you out, don't let them drown you out. Even if your voice is shaking, even if you're saying it quietly, put some strength behind it, because there are so many people standing behind you as well, and so many people needing to hear your voice. Do that. And I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for rocking out. Bye, guys.